Hey guys, it's the cutie with the booty. Psych. It's Clary. I'm back again, but this time this video is a little different. So with this video, I messaged 3 of my sisters and then my husband. They each have to do a different task. The first task would be eyeshadow look or design. The other one is pick 2 eyeshadow colors to do with that design, but they don't know. They don't know what they're each of them are doing. And then someone has to do a blush, like what kind of blush I should do, how I should do it, and then a lip combo. And then on top of that, they're gonna ask me a couple of questions that I should answer on here for you guys. But it's a little different, something cute, something light, trying to get us going. Let me know what you guys think of this video. I already did my brows off camera, so we can get started. So first off, we're starting with my sister Sophia. I call her Peeps. That's what I have her under on my phone. But before I get into what her task was, I'm gonna prime my face with, oh, let me take off my nose ring, my nose piercing. Okay, I'm gonna prime my face with the Secure the Blur, and then while I blend it out, I'm gonna answer one of her questions. Let me pull my little iPad out. So it says, when did you officially start experimenting with makeup? So I would say when I officially started experimenting with makeup would be in the 6th grade. And the reason I say this is because that's the first time my mom let me put, what do you call it? Mascara on. And I freaking love the way, like, mind you, when you're like young, you don't really put on any makeup, or you don't, like right now I don't have lashes. Like back then I had long lashes because I didn't put anything on. So when I put mascara on for the first time, I loved it. So then I started watching YouTube tutorials on makeup, and I started getting to like the 20s, you know, back then, like 2016 makeup YouTube videos. But I really started with mascara. That's when I started experimenting with makeup. And I know it's something small, but it made a big difference with my eyes. So then I'm gonna prime my eyelids with like a white base. And then I'm gonna let you guys know what my sister Sophia picked for the eyeshadow look. She said she wanted me to do a cheetah print eyeshadow look. So that is fire because I've done that before. So we're gonna do that and guess the colors. So today's colors, my sister Daisy is who I told pick 2 colors. She picked beige and navy blue. I'm gonna work with what I got. I don't got I got ratchet makeup. So I'm gonna get the colors that are the closest to what she chose and kind of make it work. But that's what I'm gonna make the cheetah print work with, the colors that she chose. But we're not gonna get into Daisy's questions just yet. We're gonna get into Sophia's. I prepped my eyelids. The next question that my sister gave me was, what advice would you give someone who's scared to try and experiment with eyeshadow? I would say just do it, bro. Like, one thing about me, when I first started, I was scared too. I just started with, like, you remember the Peaches palette from Too Faced? I would just put like that pinky peach shade all over my eyelid and then eyeliner. Like, start small. Don't do like the big cut crease because it does take time. So just start something small. Put a bright color on your eyelid and glitter, or do like a shadow on the end of the color, or, you know, start small. But once you get used to it, you start to see the difference eyeshadow makes in your makeup. Because even when I don't do like an extreme eyeshadow look, I still put bronzer on my eyelid just because it makes your eyes pop more. So that's my advice. I'm out of breath. Whew, okay. Anyway, so I'm gonna go with the beige. She said beige. So I'm gonna go with this color and put it on all over my eyelid. If it's too light, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown, like a brown or beige. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll be back. I did add a little bit more of a brown inside my like beige color. I mixed this brown in the Morphe 35Y R Escape palette. I mixed this brown color with the beige in here too when I mixed it, and it kind of gives me that perfect brownie beige. So next question before we move on to the most important part of the makeup routine, to make the cheetah print look. But yeah, this is a super simple look. You just gotta follow these steps. Anyways, it says when getting started, when getting started on a makeup look, what is the first thing that comes to mind? The first thing that comes to mind is like the feeling of like chillness, like having a Red Bull just relaxing, doing art. Like, I don't know, for me it's therapeutic. I love makeup, so for me it's like a way to de-stress and just focus on the art part of the makeup, because I do regular makeup, like I do basic makeup too. But when I do something more artistic, I feel good about it. Like, I put work in, I take the time. Sometimes it takes me like 3 hours. But that's the first thing that comes to mind. What am I going to do? Am I going to do something crazy? Am I going to do something light? Where am I going to go after this? Like, it's just like, if it's cute, I'm going out. Like, that's what comes to mind. I'm going to do a little color theory with eyeshadows. So since I don't have navy blue, I'm going to go in with this one, this bright one, and this deep purple. It's going to give me that navy blue illusion. Like, just trust the process. Since we're moving on to Daisy's part of the makeup, which is the navy blue and beige, we're going to start answering her questions. I did ask them to at least give me 3 questions, so that's like the most I'm going to answer. Sophia gave me heck of questions. This girl always be doing the most. Hold up. It says, oh my gosh, why is it doing that? Hold up. Okay, it says, what moment in your journey that felt small at the time but ended up being a turning point? I would feel like, honestly, it would be getting into it with my mom. Like, I feel like me and her never had the best relationship. I'm gonna use my slip. I don't even care. I don't care if it's unsanitary. But me and her never had the best relationship growing up. So, like, I've always felt like I was stuck. You know what I mean? But ended up working out at the end. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm making dots. So I'm gonna do random dots everywhere, and you'll see. Just trust the process. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that, but it is giving like navy blue. I might add a little bit more blue just to give it more of a pop of blue. Sorry, I'm having trouble answering a question while doing my makeup. Oh yeah, that's gonna look bomb. Anyways, so yeah, me and my mom always had really bad relationship. We got into it so many times, bad for bad. Like, we never had a good relationship. I could never tell her anything. So it felt like I was stuck. Like, I felt like I was never gonna get through that with her. But there was a time where I moved out and I ended up growing to be the woman I am now, and we eventually hashed things out, and it felt good. Like, I feel like once you separate yourself from each other, I feel like that's when things start to heal itself, or like sometimes you just need space. And at the time, it was so bad that I just felt like us two being in the same room, it was a fight bound to happen every time. So like, I don't even know how we got through it. You know what I mean? Like, I can talk more into that, but it's just, I didn't think I would ever get through it. Like, I really didn't. So yeah, I'm just gonna put dots everywhere, and I'll come back with like how I did it. So it should look like polka dots all over your face. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, there you go. That's better lighting. Should look like polka dots all over your eyes, and then you gotta try to mirror it onto this eye. I know my light's super bright, so you might not be able to see it, but trust me, you can see it. It's pretty prominent. This is how it should look. The blue does look brighter on my lighting. It's really not this bright. Before I get into the eyeliner part of it, I'm gonna read another question for her. Where's my iPad? Sorry, guys. And then I'm also gonna darken the blue too once I put the eyeliner. So let's not worry. Trust the process. Okay, so the next question. She always has like some deep questions. What's a surprisingly normal or funny habit you have that people wouldn't expect? Is she trying to expose me? I'm just joking. I think for me, it would be, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like I'm just weird. Like, if you hear me, like, you'll be like, what the heck? What is she even saying? Anyways, I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know how to answer that. But anyways, I'm gonna go around the blue. See? Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. And then I'm gonna do the opposite on this one. So slowly. See what I mean? And then I'm just gonna keep doing that all around. I'll come back with the results, guys. And I also put just random spots with the black liner. I'm gonna deepen the blue inside the dots. Now that I put the circles around them, I'm gonna deepen them, and then I'm gonna do like the really dark, I'm gonna do a tight line of black, and then a little small eyeliner. I'm gonna make it like a cat eye look to go with the aesthetic, and then we're gonna go to foundation. It's coming out cute. I'm not done with the eye look though. This is just the beginning, guys. It looks so good. I guess they know what they're doing. I did a light fluffy lash because I want you to see the look. You know what I mean? I want you to see the eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna do foundation. While I answer a foundation question, I'm gonna finish her questions. I think I answered 2. Yeah, I did. So then the next thing is, what's a behind the scenes challenge people don't realize comes with what you do? So I work in healthcare. I don't know who knows that. How this hurts. I work in healthcare, and I think the hardest part is having to have the patience to understand that whenever a patient goes off on you, or like cusses you out, or calls you names, or belittles you, you gotta understand, like, it's because they're sick. Like, them themselves is not feeling good. I think I still have a lot of learning to do when it comes to that, because sometimes you can lose your patience, especially when patients are just rude, like, you know what I mean? But overall, you have to learn how to have patience to be in healthcare. And you know, it takes a lot. It takes a very patient person to do what I do, to do what nurses do what doctors do, you know what I mean? But it's definitely a very rewarding career, like as far as like fulfilling, like knowing that you help somebody. I'm taking my foundation on because I want to take Instagram pictures of this, and I need a filtered look, you know what I mean? I cake on my makeup. If you know me, you know I cake on my makeup. I'm gonna go in with a lot of bronzer. I'm waiting to answer my other sister's question until we get to the blush, because that was what she was assigned to. But I'm gonna put a lot of bronzer just because Cheetah gives like that golden bronze. So I'm gonna put a lot of bronzer. We're just gonna trust the process, guys. I know I made this one too low, but I have an idea with that. I'm gonna fix it. Trust. But yeah, I'm gonna put a lot of bronzer. This has been so fun to make. That's what I'm saying. I wish I had other people to make a video with, because I feel like it'd be so fun. But yeah, I'm gonna blend this out. I'll be right back because it's gonna be blush time. I'm gonna do concealer first. But YouTube has been a journey. I've been doing it for a little bit. I've been trying to be consistent because I feel like I enjoy doing makeup. You know what I mean? But the only thing that's been different is talking on camera. So bear with me. I'm still learning. I feel like I'm doing good for doing like a more of an artistic look on camera. I feel like I'm doing good. So it's giving very much Bratz baddie. So now my sister Maya, she said, you should do the Juvia's blush like brights. And the first question, what makeup product do you think is overhyped? Period. Okay, so I do have both Juvia's Place. So we're gonna make it bright because she said bright. She's gonna get bright. What makeup product I think is overhyped? People are gonna hate me for this, but honestly, the freaking Charlotte Tilbury bronzing stick and blush stick, bro. Those too overhyped and overpriced. Like, I can get the same. Look at, for instance, maybe I'm cheap, maybe not, maybe it's a good product, dude. For instance, oh, I got it all over, but this gives me the same effect, if not better. Speaking of that, hey, it's spilling. hey, it's okay. It still works. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like that's super overhyped, and I feel like no, like it's just too much, honestly. Another one would be the Dior lip glosses. Like, girl, come on, bro. Those are so, I can find better, like I know Fenty's still on the pricey side, but like I can find better lip glosses for a better price. Like, honestly, if you're gonna spend your money, spend it on lip glosses that actually make your lips gloss. And now that we got some of our blush blindness out of the way, I'm gonna put concealer and then set my face, and then we're gonna put more oh my gosh, we're gonna put more blush. But before I do that, I want to answer another one of her questions. She said, what's one makeup trend you would never try? Oh, you know what, we're gonna hate me for this, but one makeup trend I would never try would be the clean girl aesthetic. I don't know, dude. Like, it would not look good on me. Like, I feel like I need the full beat to catfish. Like, Sorry, that's not good. Like, I like to transform. I like to be a different person. I feel like that's the point of makeup, you know what I mean? But to each their own. Like, if people like looking clean, look clean, not me. Maybe I'm dirty. I don't know, but I like, look at, I'm putting more concealer. Like, come on now. You think I'm gonna do clean girl? No. I feel like I would feel naked. And that's really crazy to say, but I feel like I would feel naked. Like, no, girl. You got me messed up. Set my face, but I'm gonna add more blush because this is not acceptable. This is not what she asked for. And I also put bronzer on. I put more bronzer. Let me go back. The last question, she said, what influencer is your inspiration and did they help you find ideas for your video? Good question. Honestly, the only YouTubers I've been watching are Rotten Mango. I love it doesn't have to, it's not makeup related, but I love Rotten Mango. I like Belly Sarian because they put a lot of effort and thought into their YouTube videos. The way they well, Bailey Sarian is makeup related, but the way she just the way they explain things, the way they do their research, that really inspires me because I want to be able to put the same effort in when I'm doing my YouTube videos, you know? I don't want to just do half stuff, you know what I mean? I want to actually put in the time. That's why I'm doing this, because it's something different, it's something unique. Well, maybe someone else did it, but I don't know. But I want to do something different. Like, I don't want to do the same thing all the time. And yes, I talk a lot, but that's what I'm trying to do, is just put more effort into my YouTube videos, more thought, you know, because, you know, it is your content. It is what you're doing in your free time. And it is a lot of work. Like, it is a lot of work editing and putting a thumbnail together and doing all that. Oh, this is looking cute. So I did do the same thing I did to my eye, but I put it around the thing. I feel like it would look cute around my eye. I put more blush. Let me actually, before I move on, let me wipe off any excess powder. Oh, and then I did waterliner. You already know. So now we're moving on to my husband. We're doing a brown matte lip, is what he said. And it says, what's been the hardest thing to do when it comes to being in a new place? I feel like the hardest thing is making new friends, honestly. Like, it feels so, I've said this before, it feels so lonely because you have to start fresh, you know? I feel like that's the thing. And then moving from a place where you already had something established and having to start over is the hardest part. Yeah. So what I did is overline my lips just a little bit, fill it in like around. I'll show you guys right now. Perfect. So then we're gonna go in with Cherish by MAC, and it's gonna be matte. I usually am so into gloss, so this is weird. It says, what's your favorite thing about city life compared to country life? I think doing more, being able to do more and not just sit home and do nothing, you know, because when I was home, I isolated really bad. I think since being in the city, I'm getting used to like understanding that there's things to do. You don't have to be home all the time, you know? I feel like that's the hardest part. It's looking cute. But I want lip gloss. It's so weird not having lip gloss. Sorry about my bad overlining too, by the way. Alright. So I'm going to answer this last question. I'm going to get something cuter on, kind of wet my hair, giving that wet look, and then final thoughts. And maybe I'll put my sister and husband's reaction of my makeup at the end. But last question. What would you say to your past self 10 years ago about where you are? I would say be patient, stop stressing, things will fall into place. This is the final look. I hope you guys like this video. I think I'm gonna put my sister's reactions once they respond at the end. This is a little different, not colors I would choose, but I feel like it came out cute overall. I would do gloss next time though, because I miss my gloss. But overall, the look came out super cute. I loved doing this. I feel like it's something different and I needed something different. So if you like this video, just like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy my video.